Hello everyone, welcome to our first edition of SYT Network.
A more accessible version of our newsletter. I'm Cooper.
And I'm Chloe, and we will be your hosts.
Okay, so tell me about who our special guest was this edition.
Her name is Colby Kipnis.
You guys have been friends for a while, right?
Yep, it was great to catch up on all of her amazing things. We talked about Great House, and we're going to show you.
Gabby?
Roll the clip.
Okay, this is Colby Kipnis. She was just in Great House.
Sorry.
We have her as our spotlight for the very first issue of the new Curtain Call newsletter. So I'm gonna start by asking you, because I met you here.
Yeah.
So what show did we do together?
We did Annie, Orphans number 9 and 10, the stars of the show.
Do you remember anything from that show? Do you remember the experience here at Curtain Call?
I feel like that was super young, but I do remember messed up moments.
Yeah. But I feel like it was fun. I feel like the rehearsal was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially when we, during Hard Knock Life, we actually got to scrub the floor, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about going from community theater to regional and then making your way up to Broadway? I mean,
Yeah, well, I think Annie was probably one of my first
mhm.
shows that I had ever done or auditioned for and that kind of thing. I remember being really, really pissed at my mom because she had her appendix out.
Oh.
She had to get a surgery the night before the audition for Annie.
Yeah.
And so she couldn't do that, so she made me go to the adult audition,
Oh.
all the adults. And I remember being really, really mad at her. It was probably 8 or 7. I was doing Annie, and I think halfway through that, it wasn't a regional role, but it was a little bit professional, so I did that after Annie.
What show was that?
It was Joseph, it's a long name, whatever. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with ACT. I think it just kind of spiraled and I just kept auditioning, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, how did you get the role of Squirrel? How was that process?
Well, I think it's a bit of a funny process. You know how everybody says even if you're not right for a character, you don't get cast, they're always still thinking of you.
Yeah.
I never believed that. I was
Yeah.
oh please, they would ever remember me.
Yeah.
But a year before I got Squirrel, I auditioned for this show, and it was really cool, and I auditioned and I never heard anything of it. A year later, when the auditions for Squirrel were coming out, I got an invite from the cast director that was hi, can you please audition for this? I was great, cool, but how does this cast director know me?
Yeah.
And it was from that one audition I did a year ago that I never even heard from.
Really?
That I never even heard back from.
Well, what was your favorite part? About playing, what was your favorite scene, your favorite?
Everything about it. I think one of my, I love that I was able to sing even though it was a play, because I love singing. And so that was super fun, and all the harmonies, even though those harmonies stressed me out so much, they were also really fun. I don't know, I loved the stunts. The stunts were really fun, but those were probably my favorite.
So, where do you go when you're in the couch? Because I I turned around. I was you were gone. So, how did you get yourself ready for the show?
For every show?
Yeah, because I know it's a little different when you do musical theater. You have to warm up, but
yeah. Well, I think I still warmed up a little bit just because. Yeah. But,
but
no, obviously not an extensive one of if I was singing Defying Gravity. You know?
Yeah.
I think you know this. I feel actors tend to create rituals, superstitions, that kind of thing. Before show, I remember on 2 show days we all sang the 2 show day song. Which I don't know. We liked making up songs.
Oh, you guys made up songs?
Yeah, we made up songs. Every show I would have to get my dirt on, which sounds weird. I have to get my dirt on. I have to mess up my hair, although it was usually messed up beforehand. So I have to get into costume. I warm up a little bit. I sing. I always sing through the first song with some of my castmates, just because I have to find the note. There's no music for the first song, and so I have to find the note. So I always do it right beforehand, just so I have the note in my head. You know what I mean? I usually eat something just so I'm not hungry. But yeah, I think that's
sneaking a Twizzler too.
Sneaking a Twizzler. I love Twizzlers, man.
This is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
No, of course.
I heard one of Paul's biggest passions is the weather.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you. We gave him a segment.
Oh!
Here's Paul with the weather.
It's raining.
So I heard you talked to the executive director of Curtain Call this week.
I did. I had the privilege to interview our very own Lure Stone to find out a little bit more about our history and a new segment we like to call Blues Clues. Hi everybody, today I am here with Lure Stone, our executive director here at Curtain Call. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
I grew up here in Stamford. I've been involved in theater most of my life. I started performing on the stage of the Queskin when I was very young. I've done a lot of professional work. I've toured with major musicals. I had a role on a soap opera for a year and a half. I've worked all over the U.S. pretty much, and mostly the Eastern Seaboard. So my whole life has been in theater.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, how did Curtain Call come to be?
Two friends, Lynn Colatrella and Lori Guzda, grew up in Stamford as performing in programs like our SYT program. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're living in LA and performing and working in the film industry and doing theater, and moved back to Stamford wanting to create more opportunities for young people specifically and for adults too.
Okay, so you have stacked seasons every year. How do you build those?
I take a bowl and I put about 100 names into it and I just pull them out.
Perfect.
One of the things that I've done really most of my life in the theater is read plays. I read plays as voraciously as most people that are bookworms just read novels. So I've been reading plays, and these boxes are full of plays that I've read in my lifetime. I've probably read, I don't know, thousands, truly thousands. So I know the canon of American theater. I read new plays all the time. I go see as much theater as I can. And so I kind of know what's out there, and then it's a matter of piecing it together when 10 or 11 shows, trying to find new shows, either things that are just coming off Broadway or off Broadway that haven't been done in the area. I read from new authors all the time. But it's also a mix of shows that have large casts, small casts, large scenic needs, smaller scenic needs, and there are way more women involved in community theater than there are men. So I'm constantly trying to find plays that have great roles for women. So it's a little bit of everything. It's just, but mostly it's by my gut. What I think is going to work and how an entire season is going to piece together.
What are you most excited for?
I was really excited to do Beautiful.
Yeah, that was great.
Being as old as I am, pretty much knew every song in the musical, and the fact that we were going to be the first theater in the area to be able to do it really was, and it lived up to my expectations and beyond. So it was great. It really, I loved it, every minute of it.
Oh, that's amazing. So, earlier you mentioned original plays.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about your original musical that we'll be doing?
My dad was in one play in his life, and it was the non-musical version called Mulberry Street. And I was involved in it many times. I've aged into different roles, but my first performance in New York was in a production of Mulberry Street, playing the same role that my dad had played back in 1939. So I always thought that it would be fun to musicalize the show, and I talked to the author about it at one point, and then I decided rather than do a musical version of that story, I would take the same characters and create a whole new story.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I did. So I moved it about 5 years into the future, used World War II as a background, because it's always a little drama, and just went at it. And it's been crazy popular. It's something I never ever expected. We did it in 2009 and sold out 5 weeks.
Wow.
And thought we would do it every 5 years, which was kind of the life cycle for the original non-musical version.
Yeah.
But people were asking and asking, so we did it in 2010. And then we thought, okay, we're going to put it away. And it's gotten to the point where we just do it every other year.
Wow.
So it's fun.
Yeah, so that will be December 7th to 17th. So make sure you don't miss that. Thank you so much. And that was our first episode of Lose Clues. See you next time. important part of what we do here at Curtain Call is volunteering. If you're looking to give back to your community, here are some tips and tricks with Aviva and our board about how to usher.
Hi, I'm Addison. Welcome to Curtain Call. My name's Lily.
Hi, I'm Paul. Hi, I'm Nico, and we're going to show you how to usher.
As an usher, you get here before the house opens, around 7:15.
When the audience members arrive, the ticket taker will tell you what seats they're in.
G13 and 15.
Then you take them to their seats. Here are your seats.
Letters A through G are in this section, H through K are in that section, but they skip the letter I.
On the left, it's even, and on the right, it's odd.
Enjoy the show!
If you want to get in contact with our team, you can email Jan or Stone at janorstone@gmail.com.
Or you could just bother Nico Rinaldi. So.
Hello, and welcome to Brian Updates. I'm your host, Paul Ferris, and this is Brian Bianco.
Hi.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Let's talk about the summer.
Let's. The summer was great. We had
It was so much fun.
It was great. First, we had the summer stock workshops during the day. Were fantastic. Highly attended. Students all had a great time. We replaced our Shakespeare classes in our creative theater session for the older kids. We replaced that with script writing. The students were so invested. They were so into it. They had a great time. We had a great new instructor, Joseph Riedel, highly recommended. He's a great playwright. There was a lot of amazing original work that came out of it. Musical theater went really well. Summer Stock Junior was great. We had a fun concept of creepy, kooky, mysterious, and spooky that everyone had a great time with because we did
The Addams Family
for SYT, and that was fantastic. We had a great cast. It was hilarious. Audiences loved it, and we were sold out. We had an amazing design. We had fantastic costumes. Lighting was incredible, and an amazing set. And God bless the crew, for moving it all around.
Huge
Periactoids. The word of the summer. It took us all summer to learn. It was a fantastic summer. Had a lot of fun. Fall is going wonderfully. Thank you for asking. It's the best fall that we've had so far. The student enrollment is the highest it's ever been. With over 120 students in this session. And we have some new classes, which I think is the big excitement, is we've had some new classes for adults and for kids. So we have long form improv and sketch comedy with Eliza Kingsbury. Eliza's done a lot of performances here and has done some sketch and improv shows in the Dressing Room Theater. And people are having a great time. We have a song study class with Vicky Crilly. People are having a fantastic time with that. Building vocal technique. We have a Broadway triple threat class with father and daughter team, Jonathan and Alex Carr. And we have our putting on show classes. We have Stage a Story with Josh Piquel, who's teaching with us now. And they're working on Alice in Wonderland. That's grades K to 2. And Let's Put on a Show with Jonathan Carr and Justin MacArthur are working on Really Rosie with grades 3 to 6. The music was written by Carole King, who is the subject of our musical Beautiful this fall. So we try and tie this all together. So it's all been really exciting. The students have been great. The teachers have been fantastic. And we'll have more stuff coming up in the winter, January to March. We're working on that now. And that all should be available at Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, and you can register on the website www.curtaincallinc.com. www, of course.
You forgot that other W.
I forgot
Gotta remember that W. All right.
Anything you've been in recently?
Oh, funny you should ask. I'm also working on The Diary of Anne Frank. And of course, as an education director, it's very exciting to work on something historical. It's an honor to get to play Otto Frank, who is Anna's father. This has all been a very moving experience for all of us. Because of what the show is about. It's all helped. The message unites us and helps us all. We're all really invested and motivated in making it a great production, and I'm really excited for it. It runs October 26th, we open next week, and runs till November 12th, so see it if you can.
Yeah. That's about it, I think.
That's about it.
I think we can take the hats
That's it.
off.
Hats off to Paul. You've got better hair than I do.
It's okay.
All right.
If you're interested in seeing some amazing productions, here are some upcoming shows here at Curtain Call.
To start us off, we have a comedy show with Mott Palazza running from Friday, November 24th to Saturday, November 25th, both starting at 8 p.m.
Next up, running from November 17th to December 9th, every Thursday through Sunday, Curtain Call will be putting on It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play in the Questcom Theater.
And then, just in time for the holiday season, we have a Mary Mulberry Street musical written by our very own Lou Orson and Curtain Call board member Bill Squire, running from December 7th to the 17th. As you can see, never a dull moment around here.
Thank you for tuning in. Can't wait to see you next time.